Hello children, I welcome you all to Saita's English class. Today we are about to start chapter number 1 of Flamingo book, that is The Last Lesson, written by Alphonse Daudet. He was a French novelist and a short story writer. The present lesson is set during the days of Franco-Prussian War in 1870-71. And France was defeated by Prussia. Prussia consisted of what now we know as Germany, Poland, and some other parts of Austria. So, order came from Berlin. Berlin is the capital of Germany, to introduce German in schools instead of French language. In one of the schools of France, M. Hamel was teaching French for the last 40 years, and now he was to be stopped. So M. Hamel had to leave the school, and on his last day he gave the last lesson with utmost zeal and dedication. He gave 100% involvement in his teaching. He highlighted the importance of learning one's language. So, while giving his last lesson, he felt the heartbreaking pain as well as heartbreaking emotions in his mind, and this is what we are reading today. Children, here there are also two characters, main characters, that is M. Hamel, the French teacher, and Franz, a school student. Otherwise, others are passive characters like villagers, other students, teachers, sister, and so on. Now, here is the story. The story starts with a school student Franz who does not want to go to school as teacher had given him some grammar work, that is rules on participles, but he has not learned those rules, so he is afraid to go to school, and all the more outside environment was tempting him, that is chirping of birds, day's brightness, drilling of the Prussian soldiers, and so on. But somehow he resisted his temptation and hurried off to the school. On the way to school, there was a crowd near a bulletin board where there was some news, but he did not stop and hurried off to his school. And when he reached the school, he was shocked to see that there was no any kind of hustle and bustle, and everything was quite like a Sunday morning. Otherwise, on the other days, there used to be a great hustle and bustle, the opening and the closing of desks and lessons learnt in unison created a lot of commotion. Commotion means confusion or disturbance. Through the window, Franz saw his classmates sitting at their places. Franz felt blushed and frightened while entering the classroom, but to his shock, M. Hamel, the teacher, did not scold him that day and asked him to take his seat. When he got over his fright, he saw his teacher in a beautiful green coat, a frilled shirt, and a little black cap on his head, which he used to wear either on inspection days or on Sundays. And the other thing which surprised him was that several other people, like the former mayor, former postmaster, etc., were too attending the class. The whole school was quite strange and serious. Now, M. Hamel sat on the chair and declared in his grave and gentle tone, "My dear children, this is the last lesson I shall give you. As the order has come from Berlin to teach only German in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine. The new teacher comes tomorrow. This is your last lesson, and I want you to be quite attentive." A sudden change came in Franz's views. Franz was astonished. He felt a type of thunderclap on him, and everything which he had taken for granted previously now giving pleasure to him. He developed a fascination for his books. He forgot about teachers' troubling behavior. He was understanding each and every word coming out of M. Hamel's mouth, and it seemed as if the teacher wanted to give all his knowledge in one single stroke before going away. This was how the teacher continued his lesson. While Franz was thinking all this, his name was called off, but he failed to answer what the teacher asked him. And now Amhamel did not scold him and remarked that people of Alsace had always put off learning to next day, and thus it was all over. The teacher pointed out the parents of friends who kept him away to earn some money, either by sending him to mills or farms. Even he blamed himself, as he usually sent them to water plants in his garden and usually gave holidays when he wanted to go for fishing. And then he said, and you yourself are also at fault, as you never took your language seriously. That is, language is power, life, culture, and instrument of liberation. Yes, language is power, life, culture, and instrument of liberation. Then Hamel told that French language was the most beautiful language in the world, the clearest and the most logical language in the world. This shows Hamel's love for French language. He was feeling overwhelmed about his language. He says that when people are enslaved, then their language becomes their key to their prison. Thus, necessity of linguistic identity has been shown here. So they must guard their own language, he told the children. That day, Hamel did an amazing teaching. He taught grammar, history, and all. It seemed as if before going away he wanted to give all his knowledge which he had. After grammar, they had a lesson in writing. Hamel distributed new copies to all, which on which it was written, France, Alsace, France, Alsace. They looked like little flags floating everywhere in the school, hung from the roads of the school desks. Students' desk. Everyone was busy, and how quiet it was. The only sound was the scratching of the pens over the paper. Some beetles flew over, but no one paid attention. Then Franz saw some pigeons cooing very low, and then Franz thought to himself, will they make them sing in German? Even the pigeons. Pigeons are representing freedom here. Pigeons, birds, and animals are not slaves to anyone. He thought that they can enjoy freedom, which humans can't. It was noontime now, and all at once the church clock struck 12, and the trumpets means a metal musical instrument, and the trumpets of Prussian soldiers sounded under their windows. Sister was packing trunks. Then Amhamel stood up, and he was quite disheartened. He gave a last look at his garden and towards each and everything of the room, and it seemed as if he wanted to capture everything in his mind. Then he wanted to speak, but something choked him. Then he turned to the blackboard, took a piece of chalk, and wrote on the board, Vive la France, that is, Long live France. This shows his love for class, for his country. Then, without saying a word, he made a gesture to all with his hand, that is, school is dismissed, you may go. So at last, it is quite clear that the author is stressing on the linguistic identity. It is about definitely that how much war affects the minds of the people. At last only people understood the importance of linguistic identity. So through this chapter, two important things we have understood, that war impacts all, not only physically but mentally also. And the other thing is important of French language or one's language has been highlighted here. So this is all for today. And you know one thing more, we have, that is, we talk to man in a language he understood. If we talk to a man in the language he understands, that goes to his head. But if you talk to him in his own language, then it goes to his heart. Thank you and have a nice day.